Now, ladies, what we're going to do is we had quite a few questions come through actually in our feedback forms and also messaging us today. So we'd love to cover off on a few of those. And we've got the ability to be able to go through and just maybe share a few things that we've seen come up a lot. And so with us, we've got our team. We've been together all day connecting. We've got Fiona.
Hi, guys.
We just jumped on Jill and Jules's laptop. So I'm just going to change the name on that. Here we go. Just to rename and take that off. Go and delete.
Oh.
So then we'll put Sandra and Fiona.
Sorry.
It's okay. And what we'll do is get everyone to mute just for now. And then as we go through, we'll give you a chance to ask some questions. When we get to questions, we'll get you to down the bottom. You can put your hand up, raise your hand, and you've got a little icon down there and the ability to be able to go through, and then we can just make sure that everyone can hear everyone as we go along. So I'm going to ask our girls here what some of the questions came through. So I've got, remember Bev from the weekend, our amazing MC, and she's waving madly. So Bev, would you like to just check in with what some of the questions have been? You and Kaz are sitting there, and we're going to go through them.
Okay. Oh, so I've got the first question. Can you tell it's a little bit chaotic when your Wi-Fi goes a bit mad? So yeah, connected with a lot of people today, and it's been really great to have questions and comments that have come up about the weekend. And one of the key ones that's been coming up is about the Reset Your Life and Shine 12-month program and about justifying the cost. A lot of people, Sandra and Fiona, they haven't spent this amount of money on themselves before. And they just think it's they can't afford it. So I guess how would you deal with that? And I guess best answer that, because it's a question that's come up a lot today.
Yeah, well, we won't answer it because we know that it's best coming from the girls that have been down in the seats and in the trenches themselves. So we've got the amazing Jules here. So I'm going to pass Jules' laptop on to Jules.
Thanks, girls. So did everyone hear that question that Kaz, or the comment that, no, okay. The questions that most came up on the feedback forms was about being able to afford the course, thinking that it was expensive, or how am I going to do this course? Yeah, so we just want to reiterate that, or put to bed any myths, or answer your questions. I guess I did reset. I was reset number 1. So I had those fears. How am I going to afford this? I was unemployed at the time. So I honestly did not know how I was going to continue, and I desperately needed to invest that time and money into my healing and get myself back on track as well. So I did the application for TLC, which is the finance company that Fiona and Sandra run with, or suggest rather. They don't get anything out of that, so it was purely something that I needed to do. So I applied for TLC. I was actually approved, but a week or so into the course, I thought, you know what? I did have my financial settlement money tucked away, and I desperately didn't want to access that. But I thought, no, I'm going to pay for the course and take pay it in full. And the money then that I had planned to repay TLC. So each week I repaid that back into my bank account to pay back the money that I borrowed out of that financial settlement. So, and that, it just made me feel calmer inside and more at ease to be able to do the program, knowing that I didn't have that that repayment of to TLC back over my head, but at the same time, it was only a small amount that I was repaying for what I thought was value for money for the program. So, yeah.
How much value was it to you, Jules?
Oh, how much? Yeah, it was just priceless. I wouldn't have been able. I don't think I'd be where I am today. Not be where I am today if I hadn't have continued with the course. And so, being able to financially do that for myself has put me in such a good position now. Not just good and endless. Yeah, I'm here now, and I was rock bottom when I first started. So, yeah.
That's good. I think the big thing is you took action, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what we want for all of you to do this weekend, is to make sure that as you stepping out of the weekend, that you really just, you've got a book. Do it in a positive way for you and fill your cup first.
Yeah, I mean, ladies, it's not lost on us. We know that it sounds expensive, but you've got to have a look at what's actually included. If you've been going to a psychologist, psychiatrist, counselling, medication, whatever, you add that up over 12 months and that all adds up as well. But it's all about what results you're going to get from what you invest in yourself. And what we want is for you to upscale in every single area of your life, and for you to not allow fear to stop you. I just got off the phone from one lady and she said, I don't know how I'm going to do it. And I said, well, let's just nut it out, have a chat. This is 3 options I gave her. She's gone away, going to have a look at those. And then I said, we can reconvene, have another chat on Friday and see where you're at. And, if you're committed to finding a way forward, we can absolutely help you, because, we know that this is going to change everything for you. So, it really comes down to, if you're committed, we can usually find a way. And so just don't let that little voice in your head stop you from being resourceful. It's usually not a lack of resources, it's usually a lack of resourcefulness. And that's where your fears pop up and stop you. So if you haven't got the life you want and you want to change it, if you don't want to change it, we can't help you, and we don't want your money. That's bottom line. We don't want to work with people who do work. But if you are committed to changing your life, we are very confident we can usually find a way forward. So just reach out to us.
Yeah, and it's a good question too you've got here, Kim. Going through life, how do we suddenly go from where we are here to where we want to be, which is like, it feels like it's right down the end of a tunnel. And the reality is you have to actually go step by step. You have to follow a process. The process in the right order and the right process gives you the progress, and nothing else does. So it's you waking up in the morning and setting your affirmations, your intent for the day. And our past does not define us. Our future is where we're going. What we need to be excited about it. We need to know what it is. We need to have something that we want to get up and get, wow, I'm out of bed and I'm on it. I'm going somewhere today and I know exactly what I'm going to do. And everything we do in every day is something that either serves us and it is a step forward and towards our goals, or it's actually going to be a step away from and disserving us, away from our goals. So everything we do either moves us towards or moves us away. If you're stuck in the middle, you're actually going backwards. You're not going forwards. So this is why we set goals, why we get excited, and why we have goals that are worth being excited about. And that's the hard bit sometimes. When you're stuck, you can't even think what I want to do. You can't even think I've got goals. So it's about actually having the belief in ourselves that we can do anything and achieve everything. So that's where we go with that. And look, we've had some girls, we've got some more questions. We'll just go through a few of the other questions the girls are going to share. We've got some more, Cass.
Yeah. Thank you, Fiona and Sandra, for answering those questions. So, Kaz and I, as we said earlier, not sure if you heard because we were cut off a little bit with the internet, but we have been going through feedback forms, and we have been able to get a couple of questions that I don't feel were answered. But something that really came up was that quite a few people in the room were newly separated, and they felt that it was too soon for them. For me, I was too late finding these guys, because for me personally, you know, I wish I'd found them when I was in the middle, and just as I wish they'd caught me and wrapped me in their arms. And I know what you go through with the program when I was right in that crazy zone, as we say. So, but you know, I know you ladies, you may know. I think there's an example of somebody that made of Julie Gannon, I think, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, Julie came along to us just going to stop the recording, 1 week after she had been separated. She had found on her husband's, she's quite happy with me sharing this, but because she shares it herself, but she found on his internet, on his laptop, material that was illegal material. And that's where I'll go with it. That's as far, but it was actually material that was not okay. And so she confronted him, and that they separated that night. And she said she was in a small town. It was there was a town that she had to drive and on the same road as he was driving to work, and she'd be driving the opposite way each morning or each evening coming home. And she had a violent restraining order in the end out on him. And then what happened was, she said, I was fearful of seeing him even on the road. And she said, I'd get to a place that I'd even, as I was driving, was so nervous driving because I was so triggered by even seeing him come towards me. And so she ended up, a friend of hers said, you need to call these girls. And she ended up on the phone call with me 1 week after this, when they'd separated, and she was suicidal. She didn't know what to do. She felt she had no direction and she was backed up to a corner. She had earned most of the money. She had most of the super, and they had a house. That was it. And she was really angry. She was like, every name you could think of, she was calling him. And once we sort of unpacked some of that and understood it, she chose to go ahead, and she said, if I hadn't spoken to you that day, Sandra, I wouldn't be here. And she chose to join our 3-month Shine program. We will touch on it a little bit because it is such a powerful thing. And she joined the call that week, and the whole time she just was cursing about calling him names, and we said, just get into the first module. Just keep going and keep following the process and have faith and trust in you and us. And she did, and she worked through it. And at the end of the 3 months, well, literally within 3 or 4 weeks, her shifting had changed so quickly within 3 or 4 weeks. And then she had to go through the financial settlement and the divorce and all the other bits that, that had to sort of come off, talking to the kids. Her daughter was quite challenged by it all. She had wasn't estranged, but she certainly had some conflict with it. We navigated her through that. She had issues with the community and how she was communicating that. She ended up having to sell her beautiful home that she had designed and built the garden, and she had a dog there that she loved the garden, and she had to go and try and sell that and try and find. So we navigated her through all of that as well, and she changed jobs as well. So there was so much going through, and she said now she decided she would do after the Shine. She came to our Melbourne event when she finished about a month before, and she said, I just don't want to stop. I just want to keep going. And she did the 12-month reset program, and she's graduating this week. And we asked her, how did you go driving past him, now? And she said, oh, he's just a man I used to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she said, I see him as a man I used to know. And that's how I think of him. And she said, I've got a completely different story. And she said, I'm really empowered. I've got a beautiful new home and it's all mine. And she said, I've got it set up and I've got my shed with my crafts in it. And I've got my dogs moved there with me. And I'm really super happy. And yeah, she's in a million miles away from where she was and really empowered. So, but she said she couldn't have done it on her own.
Some people think that they've got to get through a lot of the crazy zone. Like I mentioned, the crazy zone, and that's from separation to financial settlement. And they wonder if they need to get through the crazy zone before they, come and do their healing work. And I don't think you do, because what I know is true is we help so many ladies navigate the crazy zone, to get new tools and skills, to be able to manage it. It is a really tough time to get through. And we also help them to be able to navigate settlements where they're not just giving up, or they're not, just sometimes digging their heels in. What we want is to get your settlement over and done with as quick as possible, with you getting, you know, the best, fairest settlement that you can get. And for some ladies, that means more than 50-50. For other ladies, it might be 50-50, but most of the time, you know, we've done hundreds of these. We know what the ladies are, you know, just about going to get. And we don't muck around like lawyers. So we help the ladies to go in and direct their lawyers to what they want them to do, rather than waiting weeks and weeks and weeks for their lawyers to ring them. And, you know, we always say the squeaky wheel gets the oil. We help you be that squeaky wheel, but fair and reasonable, so you get it done quickly. And we've seen some massive turnarounds from when ladies get serious that, you know, and start working with us. They can get their settlements done much quicker, and some of them were dragging on. You know, one of our girls, Val, hers was 3 years that it had been dragging on with no future in sight of getting resolved. And within 3 months, changing her attitude, changing the way that she showed up, she had a settlement done. And that's one of our aims for our girls, is to get it over and done with, put it behind you so you can move on and create your new life.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got some more questions, then we're going to jump to yours. We will share at the price because, you know, we're so transparent. We really want everyone to be able to afford this, and we just know it's something that's just an investment, and it's something that will give you back dividends well and truly for the rest of your life, for the next 20 or 30 years. So was there more questions?
Yeah, I've got just one more to share, and then we'll jump to the questions perhaps that are in the chat. But the one that came up a lot today, Sandra and Fiona, was that there was a lot of information on the weekend, and then of course the programs were shared, and people just want time to think about it. They didn't necessarily want to have to make a decision on the day. And some people have said, look, we'll come back next year. When are you going to be there? And I'll do the course then. So I guess the question is, what would you say to those people?
Yeah, have had many girls turn up a few months after we've been to an event, and one was in Brisbane week before last. We were in Brisbane and in April, and we were supposed to be there in March, but the cyclone Alfred came in and we got delayed to April. And she said, oh, I can't believe that, you know, I finally got to meet you girls in April, and I was so excited, and got to the last day. And she said, I just couldn't, I got paralyzed and I just couldn't do it. I just procrastinated and I missed the boat. And she said, oh, I thought I've got enough information from the weekend. I'll work it through myself, and I'll start looking at it, and I'll start studying myself, and I'll do it myself. So anyway, we met her again just 2 weeks ago, 6 months later, and she saw the girls that she'd met in April up on the stage, 6 months along, and how far they had progressed, and the healing that they'd done already, the triggering they did not have, the one of the girls had lost 15 kilos because she'd just set a goal to do it, and she'd made it happen, and she's got her diabetes 2 under control, and she's just doing amazing. One of the girls is now talking back with one of the daughters. Like, significant things have happened in these just 6 months. And her daughter had been estranged for years, like 5 years, and she had, since they'd been divorced, her and her husband, ex-husband, and she said she used the strategies, she used the techniques, and she did what, you know, we instructed her to do. And over just 2 months into the program, she started doing them, and 2 months later, so 4 months in, her and her daughter were out, and they were planning a trip away together, which was really beautiful. So these were the things that we saw and so in 6 months, these girls were sharing, and she said, I'm going to tell you, in the last 6 months, she said, I've gone backwards. She said, I've lost money. I've invested badly. I've been in a relationship that didn't work. She said, I just feel worse than I did back in April. And, you know, this is what we hear over and over again when we come back to cities, that the girls say, I wish I had started then. I wish I'd made it work. I wish I'd found the way, because now I feel like I'm even further behind. So that's what we keep hearing over and over.
Yeah, you really want to just question whatever excuses you've got, just question and see how valid they are, or if it's just fear popping up. Because what we know is that, you know, if you're committed and you're resourceful, we can usually work away with you or find some way of you doing it. We've got ladies in our courses who drive Uber 3 or 4 hours a week to pay for their courses. Now, those ladies, we love working with them because they're committed. and they show up and they do their work. And we're 100%, you know, we know that if they're going to do that, we're going to be able to help them navigate through their separations and to create beautiful lives. I mean, talked to another lady today, and it's not okay with me to have women being married for 35 years and friggin' got nothing because their husbands have financially abused them, and these women don't even know where they're going to be living. That's not okay. We've got to stop this, and we've got to stop people getting away with this financial abuse. And, you know, so often I see ladies just surrender because they just want peace. But I know that we've been able to help so many of those ladies be strong and be brave and show up and, you know, go through the court system or whatever they need to do to get what is rightfully theirs. And it makes me so angry, but often we just
Fiona, you're muted.
oh my God, how good do you guys? We're in Melbourne in the friggin' central CBD and we got one bar of reception. What the frig?
That's okay. We've had a few good questions. Did you hear Fiona then? No? Go again, Beck.
God, how far did I get? I was just saying, I just spoke to a lady today, and it makes me so angry to see these women who have been married for 35 years, beautiful wives, mums, you know, done everything that they were supposed to do, home, looking after the family. So they haven't worked, they don't have jobs, they don't have super, and then they've been shafted, and their husbands are financially abusing them. They've got nothing, they've got no super, no house or assets in their name. This is not okay. You know, these are the things we help to ladies to stay committed to seeing out what they're entitled to. And, you know, we've helped so many ladies get to that
nights of sleep.
And, you know, so we have helped ladies be able to, you know, rebuild themselves, learn to trust themselves, learn to, you know, show up and to instruct their lawyers to start acting on their behalf and stop just milking them. And we often give them suggestions of easier, quicker ways of getting solutions and, you know, to be able to bring their separation along quicker, because we want separations over and done with. We don't want them to drag out, because the longer they drag out, they just milk all the money and everything out of your asset pool. And then there's, you know, often it's just the lawyers that get rich out of this, but they're not caring about who's left behind and the collateral damage. And we're seeing far too many women caught in this situation.
So what we do is encourage girls to do different, maybe consider different options. We don't obviously give financial advice, but what we do is give examples of where they can get free advice or cheaper advice or smoother mediation. Yeah, and people that are referred to us self-representing in different parts of your journey, and you can even self-represent in certain parts and then just ad hoc get legal letters when you need it. There's lots of ways without paying. I heard today a lady had paid $480,000 in legal fees in 18 months. Now, I don't know the full situation. Someone had shared that it was their friend, but certainly the only winner there is the lawyers, and they've got no interest in creating a quick, short settlement, making it go fast and quick and easy, because they get paid for every email. You know, they used to get paid for faxes and all the, you know, all the things that they get paid for now, and printing documents, and it's ridiculous. And every phone call is like ka-ching, ka-ching. So we know we get the girls to prepare themselves before they get to the lawyer, go in there ready to go in with a plan. And yes, if a girl that we're working with wants some support, we'll jump on a quick call. We'll go through some one-on-one, but generally it'll be in the weekly group, because there'll be other girls that have got great experience, have had a different opinion on it. And one girl gave another girl I was speaking to last week in our Sydney group, she was giving some advice to the other girl on how her own strategy she should use for negotiation. That was really a winning strategy. And everyone was like, oh, that's a great idea. And they were writing it all down, not just for negotiating for this, but it was used. These are tools you use in all areas of your life. You're negotiating for a car, or negotiating at the car yard with the dealer, or somewhere that you're going to be buying a house. These are great, it's negotiation. So, you know, it's us having the confidence to actually negotiate. It's us having the confidence to be able to say, oh, that's not okay. And that's not fair and reasonable. We never push, as we said, you to have, you know, at all. We want you to go in with something that's an equitable and something that you can hold your hand on your heart and you look your kids in the eye and yourself and know that you're doing a fair and reasonable settlement. But that's something that we don't expect you to walk away from something that's not fair and reasonable. So we've got, yeah, so you're welcome to book in. We've got an ability for you to book in calls and have further chats, but certainly we'll keep going with questions, and happy for you if you want to, in a moment, put up your hands and ask additional questions. The 3-month program, do you want to share why you created it in the first place?
Yeah, so the Shine program is the healing program that I wrote for myself. So when I was going through my separation and divorce, I had already done lots of other personal development, but I knew nothing about family therapy. I knew nothing about divorce. I knew nothing about relationship breakdowns, and I knew nothing about rebuilding myself or my family. So I wrote Shine for myself, and then I started to teach it after I went through mine, and it just was getting amazing results. And what it's all about is building your emotional intelligence, being able to regulate your emotions, being able to get an email from your ex and not going into a spiral, having a strategy, having a plan, being able to move forward with confidence, knowing what your end goal is. So I went through every stage of what I needed to do to map it all out to be able to get through my separation, my financial settlement, and relationship ready. So Shine is not a dating program. I didn't date through this. I got serious, and I spent, well, for me, I did about 9 months because I was writing it, doing it, implementing it. But when I started doing it with other girls, it takes 3 months. It is not an overnight thing that you do. It is a transitional journey that builds you up, that helps you to reinvent yourself, to have you get your confidence back so you can stand up for what you believe and what you want, and be able to articulate, and ask for what you don't want and what you want. And so, and what your plan forward is. So that is what I put out there in the Shine program. And we've had thousands of ladies go it through. I have perfected it over and over again until, there's nothing else I want to do with it at the moment, because, the results speak volumes. You can't fake good results, and it helps ladies get better settlements. It helps ladies rebuild with their kids. It helps ladies to find themselves, rediscover who they are. It helps ladies stop silly patterns that have been running their life, get rid of all their negative beliefs. And after 3 months, you just feel so much better. You feel, that you've got clarity, you've got purpose, you've got a plan. And that is what the Shine program is. I kept it as cheap as I can, but it's a coaching program. It isn't a talk program. And so we coach you, we hold your hand, we take you through the process over 3 months. And then after 3 months, we move you into our group called Standing in Your Power and Shining. These are all of our graduates from Reset and Shine, and girls can stay in there as long as they want. There's no extra cost. And we give you 12 months from when you start the Shine program, that you can go back through the program as many times as you like. Once you're finished, first 12 weeks are with Sandra and I, and we don't sub out that coaching. It's with us, and we have support coaches, but you're dealing each week with one of us. And then in Standing in Your Power of Shining, you've got all your other girls who have also gone through the programs with you and gone through other programs, and they become your support system. So there's never a time going forward that you don't have emotionally healthy women around you to be able to ask, to help you navigate, to help you if you get stuck. And you've got your modules to go back through for 12 months. So we've set it up that we know gets the best results for our clients. And so, the whole program, it's really, we're instilling new skills into you. It's not like it's just you read it and you forget it. We're actually getting you to practice these skills every single day. And then you become emotionally intelligent. You become, you can regulate your feelings, you take control, you change your state, you're not governed by what's happened in the past. So overall, the program is 10 grand for the whole thing. We discount it if you want to go ahead with us, like at an event or after a call. We take 2,000 off if you want to do a payment plan. And so you can do 4 payments of 2,000, or if you can pay in full, we take another $1,000 off. So it comes down to 7,000 for pay in full. And we allow TLC, you can go to TLC or any other finance company. You can get the money out on your mortgage, or you can get the money from a low interest or no interest credit card. So you just borrow the 7,000 and you pay it off. And when you're with TLC, that's about $45 a week. So again, if you're committed, you can find a way forward. You don't have to stay stuck. And this is, we have ladies driving Uber a couple of hours a week to pay for their course. So we know when you are committed, we can help you find the way forward.
Yeah, and so it is a group coaching call. You have 1 week with Fiona, 1 week with myself, so you get a different angle on things as well. And we in this Shine program, the 3-month, we have people starting and rolling through all the time. So you've got girls that are on, there's 9 modules. So you have girls that are on module 8 or 9 and girls that are on module 1 or 2, and they'll say, oh, I'm stuck on this one, and the girls on modules 9 will jump in there before even we do, and we're pretty quick. And they go, hey, we did that a few weeks ago, and this is how we navigated it. This is the lens we looked at, but we're only a few weeks on, more than you, and we are a million miles further on up that lighthouse, and we've shifted and changed, and this is where we're at. And they motivate the girls that are growing and coming up as well.
So girls, I want you to, some people sometimes say, oh, I don't like groups, I want to do one-on-one. I can tell you, after being a coach, what we do is 100 times more effective. Having a group of women going through the same thing as you, 100 times more effective than trying to do it on your own one-on-one. I believe this so much after doing this in the trenches. I will not do one-on-one coaching because it's a waste of friggin' time. It's a waste of your time, it's a waste of my time. And you will not get the same results doing one-on-one as what you will in a group of healthy, emotionally, you know, women who are learning the same skills and tools as you. And we regulate, modulate our groups, moderate our groups, and we build a network for you. So you've got beautiful women to go and have coffee with and to go to the pictures with, and in your area in Melbourne. You know, that's why we come to each state. So we do everything we know is the best for our clients. And because we do it the way we do it, that's why we get the results the way we do it. So if you're doubting, don't believe me, go on and have a look at our results. Jump into our Facebook, look at our website,
Yep.
Go into our Google My Business. I mean, it's all there. We can't make up that stuff.
Yeah. Yes. And so then we offered obviously the 12-month program as well, which is Reset and Shine, because the actual 9 modules of Shine is inside the Reset and Shine. So Shine is included in Reset 12 and Shine 12 months. Most of the girls that do go through Shine find that they want more. They want, because it doesn't include dating or relationships and that level of that next steps. And so whilst they've done some core healing, they're ready to, and it doesn't include financial, doesn't include the health and well-being. So Reset and Shine does, and of course it includes the retreats, which is the fun bits. But it's the bits that come together and it enables you to really connect in at a deeper level with friendships and build that community. And we see the girls that have just seen each other like this on a little box for a few weeks or months, and then they come together at one of our retreats and they just, they already love each other because they've already seen each other's hearts and they've shared so much over the few weeks on the calls even, and then they get together in person and it really builds that bond. So Reset and Shine, the 12-month program is the ultimate program, and if you can make that work, that's where we recommend everyone just go straight to there, because it does have the transitional can you email us? Okay, and we've got so lots of questions coming through, but anything you want to add on the 12 months?
Yeah, so definitely not necessary to do Shine first. We do Shine in Reset, but if all you can do now is Shine, do Shine. We actually even give you a $2,000 discount down the track if you do Shine and you go into Reset, just to help you get into Reset. So, you know, you can do Shine now and then come into Reset in a year or two time. So, yeah, that's
That's about it. But really, at the end of the day, we don't offer reset other than at these 3-day events. You can't just join anytime. Shine, you can join anytime, but not at this price. This is an event price. But reset and Shine, the 12-month course, only gets offered. We have an intake, and everybody joins on the same day, and they actually start on the same module drop. And you get one module a week for 52 weeks, 52 calls, and their calls are with Fiona or myself. We alternate, and we have a community coach team in the group as well. We've got our support team that support the group with admin and support and tech issues, and that they are available 7 days a week, because we know a lot of our girls do a lot of work on the weekends and they might need help. And so we've got everything there to be able to make sure that if you follow the process, you do the modules, you show up on the calls, do your homework, then you'll get the progress. And we know the results are there for everyone that does that. We commit to it, and
we guarantee it.
Yeah.
We work with you until you get the results, and we don't let anyone fall through the net. That's very important to us, that, you know, we deliver 10 times more than what you're paying for.
Yeah. Yeah, so we don't have the date set for the bonus retreats, only because we haven't got a locked in number yet. So we're still finalising our numbers right now. But what it looks like will be about the middle of the year. Around June will be Bali, and around November will be the Phoenix Rising 3 day, 2 nights in the Gold Coast or Perth. And then we run a money mindset mastermind, and that'll be early on in the course, because we want you to get mindset on money early and start focusing on maybe what the girls do is they look at how they can pay for or multiply what they've invested in the course back in side hustles or pay rises or another job or themselves, and their thinking and their self-value right at the start.
So we effectively, in Reset, our aim is that you get to work with us for 12 months as your coaches, and it doesn't cost you anything, because we want you to earn that money back if that's what you want to do. Some ladies are retired, they don't want to work, that's fine. But if you are, you know, financially strapped, or you borrowed the money, we want to help you be able to develop either a business or a side hustle, or get a higher income or a higher paying job or a wage rise, so you can pay off your program quicker. And that's, you know, what we're looking at. So if you go ahead now, Reset is $24,997 for pay in full, or $29,888 for payment plan, and Shine is so the discounted price is $8,000 on a payment plan with us, $7,000 if you pay in full. And if you get finance from somewhere else, you're just paying us the $7,000 because you're paying us in full, and then you're getting your finance somewhere else. So that's our 2 coaching programs with Sandra and I. That's the only 2 programs we offer.
Yeah, you want to allow a few hours a week to do your work. You listen to the lesson and do your homework and recording. Probably 3 to 4 hours. I'd say half a day. So I'd pick a half a day on a Saturday or Sunday or evening that you're going to dedicate, or you split it up 2 hours, 2 hours. The other one is you can listen to the part of the lesson is a recording. So you can listen to it. Our girls are quite often walking. We can see them walking, you know, as they're down the river or down in a park or on a walker, you know, those are, and there'll be also girls can be on the train going, commuting to work, in the car. And if you've got questions, you can post the questions before the call in the dedicated private Facebook group, or you can and we'll answer the call, because you might not be able to ask a question if you're driving, but we will answer your question while the call's on. Or you can actually, if you're going to miss the call, you can still ask the question. We'll answer it in the call, and then you can listen to the recording. So, you know, the girls find as well. It neither comes first. We recommend you actually do the full 12-month ultimate Reset and Shine, it's called, program first. We recommend you do that first. That's what
that's our ultimate program. That includes everything.
That's what we include. So everything's in it. You've got but the 3-month Shine program is really for people that just need something now, and they can't for some reason do the full 12 months. And this is something to get you out of stuck. That'll get
to have a holiday over Christmas with no calls, but the truth is Christmas is one of our busiest times of the year, and we keep our full team on. Everyone is on deck because we have more inquiries through that period where women are getting with their families, having challenges, going to Christmas lunches, having fights, being sad. You know, their kids are ignoring them or not, you know, spending Christmas with them. So no, we don't. We show up. Our team shows up. We work all the way through Christmas, New Year, every day of the
We
year.
do have the week
We
off on
have-
New Year.
Yes, we have one event, one call
we
off,
miss, yeah.
but we don't have our the call.
call
but
of
we have
Christmas.
our group. Everything is still, our
Yeah.
girls are working
Yeah.
that all week as well.
They do. So the week of Christmas, we 100% keep the calls, but what we're doing is, because Christmas is actually on some of the calls, so we put all the calls into maybe one. So you might be in a bigger group with other people, but we definitely that week we have one call, so you have a week to stay connected. New Year's we missed that week, but you know, just so we all get, because that's more of a celebration, New Year's. So
Yeah, but Christmas is a hard slog. Ladies really struggle with the lead up to Christmas, usually going through separation and divorce. So again, we do what we know is right for our clients.
yeah, we do a Christmas party call. We actually wear
We wear
Christmas hats.
hats. So everyone has to come with Christmas hats.
For the girls that
Lunches.
that. I spent my first Christmas separated from my husband. My kids were with their dad, and he wouldn't even let me call them because he said
It was his time.
it was his time.
Mm.
So I spent most of the day in tears. So I get it, and we want to make sure you're going through Christmas in a place and space that you know we're there and we've got you back every day of the year.
And
So,
even our girls within our groups, we get them to look after each other. So often they have orphan Christmas, and all the ones doing nothing all get together in each state, and we organise that within the groups.
so ladies, you know, we are the calls that the reset and shine 12-month calls are on a Tuesday. We do West Australia time, so it's 3:30 West Australia, which is 6:30 p.m. Your time at the moment with daylight saving. When you don't have daylight saving, it's 5:30 p.m. on a Tuesday. And for the 3-month shine program, it's on a Thursday, 5:30 WA time, which is 6:30, 7, 8:30
In daylight saving.
in daylight saving, and 7:30 when you're not. So both are in the evenings. 12 months is on Tuesday, 3 months is on Thursday.
And they're recorded. You can leave them in the group. If you're interested, ladies, you're welcome to book a call. Can one of you girls drop the link in for me? Book a call if you are serious and you want to have a chat to one of our team. We're happy to go through that with you, show you what it looks like, and find out what what's stopping you from actually, if you're interested, what's stopping you from being able to do it, and maybe we can, navigate away with you. But, we genuinely want you ladies to heal and grow and create beautiful lives. It breaks our hearts to see how it's so not fair, some of the shit that's going, what's happening, and we don't want you to be stuck.
So if you get behind in the coursework, well, it's like everything. We keep you accountable. We actually post in the Facebook group where everyone's at every week. So it helps keep everyone accountable to that. And so we make sure that one is, if you get behind, we'll be poking you, we'll be calling you, and our team will be as well.
And, so one of the ladies said, so if you do shine first for 3 months, you don't need to do the full 12 months. No, yes, you do. It's totally different. Like shine is a healing program. Reset is healing and growth and, creating your new life. Actually, it's a dating program at the end, but we put it at the end because most women at the beginning are not ready to date. They don't even want to know about a man, some women. And even if you are desperate for a man, you do not, in our opinion, you are not ready for him until we've done all this other work with you. So we put it at the end of the program and we take you through the journey step by step. And, someone asked us about, do we have to go on a man ban? Well, at the end of the day, you do you. I can tell you what we know works best. And what we know works best is for you to delay the gratification, put yourself on hold, focus on yourself, prioritize yourself. And it's only, there's men out there. We know where to fish. We know how to attract them when you're healed. And so, you know, you can, if you've got friends with benefits or you've got a in a relationship, well, you keep doing whatever you need to do. But why, the reason we say we want you to go on a man ban is because we want you to focus on you and prioritize you and show up for yourself and stop putting other people before yourself. And, you know, so that's, we tell you what we know works best.
With the 12-month program, right at the start, we do a full day strategy planning session with you as a group. We take you through setting up your own goals, and we use specific, unique strategies for you to find out what they are. And then you run your personal goals alongside the actual program goals as well.
Yeah. And Jenny says, you know, would it help someone whose partner has died? Absolutely, because you will still be grieving. You will still have, you know, all the same things. We're women, you know, we're women who want to have a beautiful relationship. We've got to prepare. Everything is very similar. It doesn't matter if you're single, you're separated, you're divorced, your partner died. One lady asked me, she's single, she's never been married, is she okay to come in the program? Absolutely. This is, you know, growing our mind. It's becoming emotionally intelligent. It's learning how to communicate and how to navigate through challenges and set ourselves up to be happy and fulfilled every day of our life. So if you want to, you know, create that beautiful life, absolutely, it's right for you.
We've got a beautiful soul here, even that her partner passed away a few years back. Suddenly, actually, he got sick, and within a few weeks he had passed, and they'd been married 40 odd years. And she said she just assumed everyone else that she got to meet would be like him, but they're not.
Yep.
They're not that trustworthy, not that nice, not that honest. And so she had to learn to build her own confidence up, because she had just for so long had relied on her parents and then 40 years of partner for all the decisions that she made. So her building her confidence enabled her to make good decisions, good choices, and to actually see the red flags when they're there, and not just think that everyone's just like her ex or, you know, past and deceased person as well.
Yeah, so we offer the discount at the events or on a call. So it's usually, we like to get things, we love action takers. We want people to make decisions, and then we want them to tell that little voice in their head, I've done this, this is for prioritizing myself. We figure if you've been with me and Sandra for 3 days, you know our hearts, you know who we are, you can trust us. So if you're ready to step up, that's why we give you an action takers discount, because we love action takers. So, you know, normal prices of the programs are the normal prices. However, we don't offer reset at any time other than 3-day events, because each group has, we've got a whole year of planning. We've got a whole year that we have to lock in all the bonus offers and everything. So we don't offer reset any other time than when we do an event. And, you know, we know that we can help you because you've hung around and you've listened to us and you've come in and you want to do this program with us. So it's not something we just offer to anybody. We want to make sure that you are committed, you're going to show up, you're going to do the work. And if you do that, we know we can help you.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, ladies, if want to put it out to you, if you've got any questions you'd like to ask us or one of our crew and team that are still here, there's a few on the call. Anyone be brave enough to ask a question?
You know, communicate effectively. You can share all these skills with your partner, and then you're talking a different level of language. So absolutely, we can help you.
I wish I knew this when I was in a relationship, because I still would be probably in that relationship.
Just saying.
And a lot of ladies muck up their second relationship when they get out of their, you know, separation or divorce. They start dating and they muck it up because they don't know how to trust. They don't know how to speak up. They do get triggered. All of those things are what make sure that, you know, break relationships. And so we help you get out. Just wave your hand, ladies, if you've got any questions.
We
We're
can
more
help
than
you
happy to answer anything.
You don't know how to, you want to ask a question, Chris? I'll help you unmute, Chick, and then we've got Rebecca.
And Rebecca.
Hello. Thank you, ladies. Really enjoyed the weekend.
Excellent.
My question is about parts of my life. I've obviously worked out a lot of work I need to do in different parts. My question is, do you think you should aim for one portion of your life and concentrate on that? Because I feel a bit overwhelmed with how much work I need to do. But I guess I want to know if you just concentrate on one thing and work on that, or what's your thoughts?
What we do is we work step by step by step. So we start at the beginning. It has to be at the beginning in your childhood. So we help you to understand that. But I think you're probably referring to the wheel, like just breaking it down and thinking about the wheel.
Yeah, and vision boarding and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Truth is,
yeah,
it's really hard to work on any one of those sections until you've grown your mind, until you're healed, and until you know what's possible and what you can create. Because if you start working on relationships, what does relationships mean? If I want to improve my relationship status, what am I going to do? I'm either going to, start dating, or, all those things to improve that section actually need to come before you do that section. It's, you've got to grow your mind, you've got to heal, you've got to, know what healthy relationships are. And so that's what the work you've got to do before you get into relationships. If you wanted to improve your finance, you could say, well, I'm going to go and get a job, and I'm going to get a side hustle, and I'm going to earn more money. But what if I've got limiting beliefs that are stopping me doing that? Because if it was that easy, you would have freaking gone and done it, wouldn't you?
Exactly. One quick question also, if you do just the Shine program, get to the end of that and you go, shit, I want to do all of it.
Yeah.
Do you wait for the next intake?
The only thing we can do, because we don't have running reset programs.
Okay.
But what we have had in the past, and to be totally transparent, we don't start reset until the 11th of the 11th, and so it's basically 2 weeks away. If you start Shine program and you're loving it and you want to upgrade, we will give you the full credit of what you've paid for Shine to reset. As long as you come in before the 11th of the 11th, because after that we've started. So once we start, we won't take anyone in. But between now and then, if you want to start in Shine and you know we're the real deal, and you get your modules and you're loving it, you see the format and everything, you can flick over to Shine and we give you a full credit.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, ladies.
Girls, you're dealing with us. You're dealing with us on the phone, or us. We've even been speaking to girls all day today who had some questions, and you're not dealing with a team that's off in some remote country. We're dealing with us, and we're supporting you. We're dealing with you as far as helping you with your accounts or your refund or whatever it is that you need to sort out, and we're making sure that we deliver. If you've got a tech problem, we jump on our tech team and we make sure you've got and you can't get your audio's not working. Our Wi-Fi wasn't working. We got it sorted. But these are all the things that, you're dealing with people that you're not a number. We know you, and you're not a number to us. Yeah.
And we do have a team that are our VAs. We call them virtual assistants.
Yeah.
And Christine has been with us for 6 years. So you can see Chris on this call.
Big wave, Chris.
Yeah, totally dedicated, beautiful. And she runs a team of girls who are all been with us for years. They're not, they know our clients. They've got a heart for our clients. And so, we're very solid in how we do business. I mean, how you do little things is how you do big things. I hope you just have a look at the events we put on. They're not in some circus in some country town, Hicksville. We run professional operations. It costs us a lot of money, but we do everything the best that we can do it. And so that's how we do our whole programs.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, we will only take people. Yeah, we do have places. Because of the way we structure the coaching and we manage the group and we manage our girls, we know what you're needing and we support you through that. We will take only girls up to the 11th. So And that's our commitment to you, that after that, because we want the girls that are in, ladies that are in the group, to go through the whole year in a cohesive group. So you get to really build that trust, you know who's in it, that space is sacred, and you get to share stuff in it, and you have to sign a confidentiality agreement, and that's all part of the process as you go into it as well.
What happens in our groups, stay in our groups.
Unless you let us tell you. So some girls want to share it because they want to help other people, but we don't share anything not agreed to. Yeah. So any final questions, ladies? Yeah, I know. 11th, the angel hour.
We didn't do that on purpose, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Remembrance Day, and they remember it. Yeah. So, Caroline, would you like to ask a question, chick? I'll just help you unmute. There we go.
Yeah, it's not very well formed because I'm just feeling into, I'm feeling very keen, but I've got my brakes on at the same time. And I have spoken to you, Fiona, a couple of times briefly, but it's it feels like, because I'm the one that hasn't been married, but I've also been really damaged, and that's why I've chosen to live alone. So I can see there's an issue there around safety, and I want to move forward. But also I'm wanting to move forward with my work. I've done a lot of work, but I haven't gone out there and offered my skill set to people. And I had a major illness, which is 10 years ago, which has pulled everything back in that sense. I lost confidence, and I lost my career and my income and all that. Anyway, that's my story. But so I'm feeling into, obviously the best value in terms of a transformation is doing the reset. And I think I mentioned I'm currently doing a course to learn coaching, and that's all new to me. I've never ever actually had a coach, but I just jumped in on that. And so I've still got a bit of work to do in that. And does that fit into, if I did the reset, say in November, fitting in the work and me building this new career, and also my personal work, which is why I'm wanting to work with you, I think, having that support around me, that's what I'm reading from this space. And clearly also the support through the companions on the course.
Yeah, sure. I mean, most of the girls that work with us, they have dreams, they have desires. You know, most of the girls have beautiful big hearts as well, that they want to make impact. They want to help other people. And
my internet keeps cutting out, so I can't hear you.
And go through it, but happy to do that.
Sorry, I couldn't hear anything because my internet was cutting out.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, right now I can, yeah.
Okay, I said I can jump on a call with you tomorrow and go through it, but I promise you will be a better coach, you know, after you've done our program, because we coach very differently than, you know, most other coaches. And most of the girls that, you know, a lot of the girls that come and work with us, they want to help other people, and they want to be able to share their tools and their skills. And, you know, both Sandra and I,
it's cutting out again.
I'll send you a message.
Sorry, it keeps cutting out. I couldn't hear anything you just said.
So
what do we do going forward then? Sorry.
I'm going to give you a call tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. Do we organise a time now, or?
I'll send you a message as soon as I get off, and we'll organise it.
Is the afternoon a possibility?
Yes, tomorrow afternoon is perfect.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Look forward to speaking to you. Bye.
Okay,
oh, sorry, I'm still here.
I think,
did you have a question, Kathy? I'll just help you unmute. Hang on a sec. Here we go. Here we go.
Thank you. And I think you ladies are just brilliant. And what you do for people is just amazing. And I take my hat off to you. And I was just delighted in the conference. My question to you both is, I have been past all that settlement disaster. And yes, I wish I had known you back then. But how much of the reset course is geared towards all the settlement and financial, as I have moved beyond that? And so I just wanted to know.
Yeah, so it's geared towards wherever you're at. So if that's what you want to focus on, that's what you will focus on, and you'll be able to set the course and the program is each week. You can relate whatever the lesson and learning is to your situation where it's at right now, but then you'll have personalized goals that you'll be working on separately. When we do the money mindset mastermind, you'll work on your own mindset on maybe wealth creation. It might be on sustaining wealth, might be on stabilizing, might be
maintaining,
securing it. So whatever you want to work on, and we have enough wealth of knowledge between us that we'll be giving. And we have also a stable of people that we recommend. We've got a lady that does financial planning, and she does a consult for free. And we recommend girls that are in the 12-month program, because they're ready to start really getting clear on where they're going with their super or self-managed fund, or should they even have one. So all of that's covered, and everyone in the group is different.
Yeah, lots of ladies, everything from, you know, divorcees, never married, married, separated, been long-term divorcees. So they're all at different places. So Kathy, I have no hesitation in saying you will get, you know, 1,000% out of it, the same as the other girls do. You're just, you know, where you're at and you're starting from is pretty irrelevant. It's about healing your mind, growing your mind, teaching you new tools and skills, setting plans on what you want your future to look like, getting you ready for that next part of your life, if that includes dating or not, and then showing you how to do that if you do want to know it, and yeah, literally taking you through that whole journey.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
we have girls that are
Thank you.
still in relationships. They've just left, that have been left for years and years and years. One girl was with us, had left a relationship 18 years ago, her marriage, but she had a few fumbles and stumbles along the way, and now she wanted to get clear because she wasn't picking good choices. So they came in because they were like, well, I need to just get focused on my goals and myself. I've got a blank canvas and it just looks blank. I can't work out what I want to spray paint on it. So this is where it comes down to. It's everyone's so different, but the reality is it doesn't matter in this program. It's structured so that wherever you're at, you'll grow from there.
Great. Thank you.
Remember, ladies, you know, we don't just talk. It's not just theory. You know, we've walked the talk. We were both, you know, we both went through separation, divorce. We were both, Sandra comes from more of a DB sort of background. She's had to experience that. I came from a loving relationship and was blindsided. So between the two of us, we pretty much cover everything. We've, you know, my kids were devastated and felt like that their whole life had been shattered. Sandra's kids were a little bit different because it was a stepdad, and, you know, so it was a different scenario, but we rebuilt ourselves, we rebuilt our families, we both rebuilt our finances. We had to
friendship group.
We started with new friends. We both moved houses, and we then went on and wanted to date, and, you know, we dated. We both got beautiful men, and we live amazing lives every day. So we really believe one of our greatest gifts we bring to this is we are not, you know, we're not just learned from a textbook. You know, we're not a man giving a woman advice as a therapist or a psychologist. We're women who have been through the trenches, and we do this stuff every day, and we've helped thousands of ladies be able to navigate through this. So our experience is just, I mean, you know, it is really just so valuable.
So ladies, we are going to finish off the call with our I ams. Do you remember your avatar from the weekend? Our 3 words. You're going, oh my goodness, what was my avatar from the weekend? Adriana.
She's cracking up.
So ladies, we're going to give you a second while I just put us all on to be able to go unmute. So here we go. We're going to go to here, and we're going to get everyone to, just going to get everyone up. I'm on someone else's laptop. And here we go. We're going to,
Here we are. Yeah.
everyone, if you can help me. Oh, it's down the bottom on this one.
Yeah, we got that and unmute all.
Unmute all. There we go. Mine's in a different spot. Fortunately, the team were around.
It's a Mac girl and I'm a Windows girl, so.
So ladies, we're going to stand up.
Oh, yeah.
Hands on your hips. Come on.
Come on, be Wonder Women.
Shoulders back. And what's our I am? So we're going to say it all together. Ready? Go 3, 2, 1, and then we'll do I am all together. So 3, 2, 1. I
am determined enough.
Kind.
I am
beautiful.
Wonderful, ladies. So good to see you all, and look forward to seeing you, continuing to see you online. All right. See you, beautiful.
Reach out if you want to. We're more than happy to have a chat. See you, girls.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.